My involvement with the situation was we discovered a half-brother of mine was delivering groceries, supplies, and mail to various outlaws and elements of this type up in Bienville Parish, even here in the Bienville Parish. And we discovered this just prior to the apprehension of Bonnie and Clyde that led to their demise here in Bienville Parish. I was approximately 13 years, 4 months old when we discovered my brother's involvement. And things have been unraveled to us, and had the opportunity to see Frank Hamer, Ted Hinton, Sheriff Jordan, and Deputy Prentice Oakley at my father's house discussing the situations prior to their demise, and that's the involvement that I have.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just say your name and, where you live.
My name, Lorraine Lee Joyner. I bring up that Lee because I'm from Robert E. Lee. They claim all Lees wants to come from Robert E. Lee City. And my folks claims we did. And then I'm the daughter-in-law of John Joyner, the one that set up the killing for Bonnie and Clyde.
All right.
If it hadn't been for him, it wouldn't happen the day it did and the way it did. I hadn't run into no problems yet, and they make my world.
Yeah. This is a man here from where are you from, sir?
I think he's picking you up.
Huntington. And when did you move down here?
1950.
How do you like it?
Fine.
Okay, thanks. This is Castor, Louisiana here, and this is where the Methvin family, the family that set the Clyde barrow up, was from. And as you can see here, I'll zoom in. Here's downtown Castor. And mainly, the primary industry was timber industry.
She wasn't allowed.
Okay.
She done fed the cats and everything.
She'll
I'm
tell
trying
you
to pay
about.
my taxes. Have you paid your taxes yet?
I paid them when I got it. Go look on my record.
I ain't
See, I
got your word.
shared in my taxes.
Sawmill here, where the timber industry is real big around here, where the Methvins work, and a lot of other. This is where the economy this. There's the plant right there that processes the timber. There you can see some of the timber piles, just as far as the eye can see.
He got paroled and came to Mendon.
Yeah?
Well, Lane still lived with his mom and daddy.
Okay.
They all worked at the Louisiana Ordnance Plant. And of course, they had just a 1 or 2 room apartment. And they took Henry in, and him and Lane slept together. That was in '42. And the hideout deal is right through yonder. John and them built, John's place was right down through yonder, about 3 or 4 miles. And where all that took place. And
Well, what was it that took place there?
where the Methvins lived and the Joyners lived.
And you
My
say,
brother.
what relation are you to Robert E. Lee, the Confederate general?
I don't know, we come from a cousin or something.
Uh-huh.
They claim. Okay, this is my one brother. I'll show you where he lived. Where
Okay.
he lived was my daddy's he's the one I told you lost everything Daddy had. All right. Bill died May, Bill died in March, and brother died in October the same year. I let him start running that store, him and his wife. He had got burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
His business was burnt out. And I let him out. She's a Cajun from South Louisiana. There's her. She's not dead. But anyhow, that's my we see the old part where the is up yonder. That's where they started. But anyhow, when my mama died, well, me and Daddy decided that we would start us a new plot, because all that old stuff was filled up, see.
Uh-huh.
We moved, this was a new plot thing.
Okay.
And then here about 4 or 5 years ago, that was opened up. And that
Yeah.
one, he shot her, and then shot himself. He shot her through the heart, shot himself through the head. We had their funeral. It was an old church right yonder then, and we held the funeral there, and we put them there.
Uh-huh. And what,
then when me and Bill, we bought, well, all the boys went in together and bought that tombstone, and I thought this up. I said, let's put their marriage on it. And that was the first tombstone in this cemetery that I can remember that ever had their marriage date, and all of them nowadays put their marriage dates on.
And what relation is this to Bonnie and Clyde again? I'm sorry.
He was paid by the state of Texas to get old man Mifflin to stand on the side of the. He was the hit man, the behind the scene hit man.
Uh-huh. And what relation are you to him again?
My husband's daddy.
Okay, and that's his
Sue's grandfather.
granddaughter. Mm-hmm.
And she was the only the one that you see him standing there holding the little baby.
Right.
That's her in 41, and the killing was in 42. The Bonnie and Clyde killing was in 34.
Okay.
Me and Bill married in 39. She was born in 41, and she was their first grandchild. They had no more grandchildren when they died.
Uh-huh.
None of the rest of the boys didn't have any then. She was the only. She's the only full-blooded Joyner it is to start with. The black graveyard, where the
That's
black
the
folks
black-
bury in this country.
Segregated, sort of, even in.
You might be right, it's segregated.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you one that I bought a tombstone. I got to let Sue move to Shreveport, and she come every day and took care of me, and she took cancer of the breast. She wasn't very old, about less than 30.
That's Stevenson there.
Yeah.
There? Yeah.
And we got her on Social Security, and they made me her. They was about half, no cents, and anyhow they made me in charge of her money. And after she died, well, I bought her that tombstone, and what.
I'm back at road where Bonnie and Clyde's hideout was. As you can see, there's turkey vultures all around here. They're just flying all around the place. Try to zoom in on some of them here.
Coming, we all met right here, and the Cloud boy pointed out the exact house spots which I had forgot. I mean, I've looked at them every year and raised with them, but all this, they've cut stuff, built this road, the timber companies took over, and anyhow, one of those houses sat right there.
Uh-huh.
And then old man Mifflin moved a tent. He lived in a tent right around here somewhere, and it was a well. Sue, where'd he say that well was? Right down yonder? And Henry got in some kind of squabble with his daddy over the well, and anyhow, this daddy of his, which was old man Clyde, told him he'd knock him in the head with a hammer. I have heard that tale always, and I made him tell him here that day. But anyhow, this is where Bonnie and Clyde came to first, when they was first brought to Louisiana. This is where the Methodists lived. Now they moved on south of here later, and then sometime, and then I don't even know the dates of all that. But anyhow, and then, of course, the officers, everybody knew it, that Henry had broke out